ritual, but let's just say that for practical reasons, right, you don't have the space or the privacy. Bro, I've seen some chants fucking do some wonders, especially this Cthulhu chant that one of my friends gave me. He taught me a lot. But there was this Cthulhu chant that he gave me. Bro, like after 5 or 6 times before going to sleep, man, like, and there's some people that don't take Necronomicon magic seriously. But anyways, what I'm referring to more specifically is goetic magic. I use the Corwin Hargrove method most of the time, right? For practical reasons. You know, I don't have the privacy or the space or whatever, you know, like, and sometimes I don't even use the book. Yeah, I have the PDF file on my phone and I'd be working off of that. You know, the sigil and everything be on the phone. All you got to do is visualize a circle. You visualize a circle. Even if I'm right here, I can do it right now. I could visualize a circle, the protective circle. You imagine the 4 elements, and then you give energy to the sigil. You know, my personal touch is I recite the N several times over and over. My sister was all like, I don't want you just reciting a bunch of times. But nah, bro, a lot of magic is imagination, man. You can get so much done, bro. You know, I'm not just talking just, out of my ass or whatever. I'm telling you, bro. Anyways, you do that. You do the path working as well, and then you state your request. I've put many videos up on this TikTok or YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Like, almost real time, bro. Like, almost immediately after I'm done, like, doing the ritual, you'll start hearing the little Uber pangs on the phone, because I have the delivery app on the phone. So like the advice that I give my sister, I'm not just talking out of my ass or whatever. It's just shit that I actually do for myself. You know what? Matter of fact, that's kind of like a reason why I'm probably never gonna be like a fucking brujo. That's like for hire. Like I would much rather use like my own magic or like my own rituals for my own shit. Like that shit tires you, bro. Even if you do your bandit, let's just say you do a bunch of shit every day, like you will get tired. That shit will, like, that's how like you actually put energy into your work. Sorry guys, fucking East Hollywood, Vermont Avenue. It's crazy around here. That's how you know that it'll work. You'll start seeing like 666 pop up after, or let's say if you're trying to call out Bune, your delivery app will start pinging. And I told her, because I did a ritual for her before, and she said that one of these guys that likes her offered to pay her rent, and she's like, no, but I don't want to seem like needy or what. I'm like, fucking take it. That's him offering. That's him. It's a guy offering to pay you 1 month's rent for free. Fucking take it. We can, if he becomes a bother, we'll just do something and make him fuck off. Whatever. So yeah, man. Like, I want, like, for practical reasons, there's so much shit that you can get done just by your imagination and maybe having a little sigil nearby alone. Like, yes, you can like light shit on fire. You can, like, I bloodlet on my shit, but for practical reasons, like a lot of the time, like I just like, I do goetic shit, like, but anyways, another update. I've been having a lot of crazy ass dreams, Lilith related and Moloch related. Right there, bro, that's, I give my offerings and my respects. I mean, I respect the goetics and everything, but like, like entities that I kind of like consider that watch over me, like it's almost like a silent pact. I haven't made any kind of like pact yet. I mean, I'm pretty loyal anyways. I probably should, even if it's just for a couple of months or a year. I gave both of them an offering of an orange, and I put a little bit of whiskey on top. For Moloch, I kind of burned his orange first. Don't burn it when it has the whiskey on it. I kind of like burned the orange peel a little bit, and I put a little bit of whiskey on top. Bro, like even if that offering hasn't been on there for a couple of days, the dreams have continued for like a week, like almost like bro, they love that shit, man. You know, Hell Moloch and Hell Lilith, you know, Hell Bune, Hell all the Goetics, you know, my respects, you know. But like I said, man, all you need is the intention. And yes, it is wise to give them their offerings, you know. But you know, use your head. You know, a lot of magic, man. That's why they talk about, you know, astral temples as well. They talk about astral temples. You can use edging. I don't want to get too deep into that. To make your goals tangible, to kind of like give your astral temple weight. You know, I want to work on my astral temple, but it's the same concept. When you're working, when you visualize your circle, it's basically the same concept as an astral temple, you know. I actually visualize the elements. I visualize the dirt. I visualize the leaves going around like wind. I visualize being in the middle of the ocean. I imagine fire, you know. If you want to work a little bit more than that, there's a book called Kinetic Magic as well. You know, working with elements. My friend Nocturnus probably knows a little bit more about that than I do. But right off the top, bro, believe in yourself. Because the minute you start doubting yourself, the minute you know you think you have to do X, Y, and Z because so and so said so, is the minute you're giving them your power. You know, and the best way to do it is to give yourself the power. You know, through experimentation. You know, stop it with the analysis paralysis and just do it. All right. This is Johnny Khan, aka Nasser the Conqueror. Peace.